Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. See? Good morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning today. Thank you for joining me on the mat. Today's practice is going to be a little different. It's going to be a yin yoga practice, which means that we'll be holding postures for a bit longer, kind of entering more of a meditative state as we get into more some deep stretching, really trying to get into the deep connective tissues and the fascia, which takes some holding some time. So, um, if you have any blankets or cushioning, any blocks, it would be great to use throughout the practice to help support your poses, just to make them a little bit more comfortable since we will be holding postures a bit longer today. They can become more intense with time. So just consider grabbing some support and using it throughout the practice, helping yourself to be as comfortable as possible as we flow today. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and get started in a thunderbolt position at the back of the mat. So maybe you're sitting on your heels. Finding an easy seat if you'd like to just take a regular seat to just settling in, finding still. It's nice and signaling to the body to settle, relax, release tension. Taking another nice deep breath, maybe allowing the gaze to soften or eyes to close, feeling the crown of your head reaching high. As you exhale, feeling your shoulders relax, feeling your pelvis relax, feeling yourself settle in the ground, the earth beneath. Another deep. As you breathe this time, maybe thinking about bringing the breath from the belly up to the ribs, up into the chest. Before releasing the breath out of the chest, release the belly. Another deep inhale. Maybe this time as you exhale, you open the mouth and let it go. As we continue to breathe today, sometimes an audible exhale like that, or so can be very helpful for again more relaxation, for helping to settle the body more. So just trying and setting you, be mindful of your breath, using it to help you get even deeper into the poses in your body. Maybe you like to bring one hand to your stomach, one hand to your heart. Sit here. And as you breathe, just feeling the bottom stomach hand rise. And then the top chest hand rise with the breath. As you exhale, feeling your chest and your belly. Just a few breaths here. Releasing your hands now. On your next inhale, and your arms overhead. And diving the chest forward, bring it coming to our child's pose. You like to separate the knees a little bit, that might feel nice. Just allowing the spine to round a little bit, letting the head come to rest on the mat. If you'd like to bring your arms down by your side, grabbing your feet, makes this pose much more comforting and soothing. Just taking a nice deep breath into the rib cage. Slow exhale out. If you start to feel any pain or discomfort in any of these poses, feel free to readjust yourself, take a less intense variation. But we really want to try to find stillness, try to come into more of a meditative state, being aware of the breath, just focusing on the breath as your mind wanders, just eventually making your way back to the breath. Take another deep breath here. At your own time, we're going to slide the hands forward and then come to start to lift the hips. We're sliding right into our heart to melt pose, where our chest is pulling open towards the ground and our hips come to stack over the knees. You can keep the head down, you can rest the chin on the ground, gazing up. It might feel nice on the shoulders for you to open your arms a bit more, or you could even bend the arms, keeping a more relaxed position. Whatever you feel, coming to find a nice position that's good for you. And breathing to that heart space, allowing it to be open, allowing the shoulders to open up. Whenever you're ready, start sliding the body all the way forward, coming to lie down on our bellies. Bringing our elbows right under our shoulders, our palms facing down. We come into a nice Sphinx pose here. So just opening the chest, lifting the chin a little bit, maybe giving a little gaze upward. And from here, we're going to take a little half frog, half uh, or half frog, like threading needle situation. So outside of it. We're just going to bend right knee out to be in line with your hip. Maybe flexing the toes and getting that ankle in line with the knee, making a 90-degree angle with your hip and with the knee. And then keeping this left elbow for our planting, we're going to inhale, sweep the right arm up, and then thread this arm underneath the left elbow. And then we're going to let the left arm cross as well, as we kind of just let our stomach or chest fall naturally onto the ground, putting some pressure on the shoulders here, getting a nice stretch. Really trying to cross the arms as much as you can for a more intense stretch. Like allowing the head to rest. breathe, exhale. As we come into these meditative postures, there's always more than one way to meditate. If you'd like to do a focused meditation where you are coming back to the breath all the time, trying to focus on the breath, it's a really great technique. It's really good for creating your awareness. Perhaps you would also just like to keep an open mind, allowing and observing anything that's going through your mind, not controlling any thoughts, just watching. Just kind of feeling it out for you today. Whatever helps you to surrender to the time, to the stress, and just to be here in the present moment. Whenever you're ready, we're going to inhale, start to pick the body back up, and then release the arms, palms facing down. We'll bring this leg back in line with the mat. And we'll take it to the other side. This left knee comes in line with the hips, the ankle in line with the knee. And we're in a half dog pose. We're going to inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. And exhale, spread it up here. Crossing the right arm over as well as we allow our chest to fall to the ground. Forgot to mention a nice thing would be to place your hand on like a block or something if you don't want to rest it all the way down on the ground. Just trying to adjust yourself to fit your needs for your body. Sometimes too in yin yoga stretches, might not be feeling much. Maybe it's not very sensational, but it still has an effect. Being putting your body in a new position and holding it there for a while is still doing something. So it's better to, get in a position where you don't feel stretched and hold it for a while than to get into a position that's very intense and very hard and uncomfortable to hold. Make your body clam up, kind of tense up more. You want to relax. Whenever you're ready, just gently taking the chest back up, coming back towards me this way. We're just gonna hold these big toes here. Maybe you'd like to stay low with the elbows, the forearms on the ground. Or another variation would be to just bring the hands a little outwards to the corners and to press the elbows straight into our steel bones. And be a little bit much on the pelvis if you'd like to put some cushioning underneath. Just trying to pull that chest forward. Gaze up. And exhale. Take another deep breath. Pull that heart forward. It's strong. Just like push the hips up and just slide our hands back into our tabletop position. From here, we're just going to sit. We're just going to step. Let's start with the right leg. We're going to step this right foot forward outside of our right hand, coming into our dragon pose. So in our dragon pose, you can use this back knee, kind of adjust your intensity, trying to keep the front knee stacked over the ankle. You can always roll this leg, this right foot onto its outer edge. And even you can come low of the body. There's lots of different variations to take with our dragon pose. So just take in whichever ones work for you. Just remembering that you're going to be holding this posture for quite a few breaths. So trying to find a comfortable level. Taking your weight into your hands as you roll with the body. Bringing this right foot back down to the ground if you had it roll onto its outer edge. We're just going to come to place the right hand on the right knee and do a gentle twist, kind of push the gut chest open to sky gazing up. We'll exhale, release the hand down. Slide this right foot back into our tabletop position and just take it to the other side. Bringing the left foot outside the left hand, sinking those hips nice and low, releasing the toes. And again, finding your own variation that works for you today. Remember, slow breath, long, slow breath. And Focusing your lower back on the foot, taking a nice deep breath. Another slow. Bringing your foot back onto the left foot back onto its bottom. If you roll it out to the side, bringing your hands back, grab, and lower the body. Just going to gently place its left hand on the left knee. Gentle twist. And then we'll exhale. Roll this right knee back into our tabletop position. Feel free to add some movement here to the hips. Kind of roll it around a little bit. So we like to do some cat cows here. Feel free to let's move. Okay. Whenever you're ready, we're just going to flex our back toes and come to sit our hips back on our heels. This is our toe stretch, our foot stretch. It can be quite an intense posture. You won't hold it for too long. But definitely enough to get our feet some attention. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to sit the hips up and release. Or you can keep the back toes flexed actually for this. We're just going to take our camel pose. So bring your hands to our lower back. We're just going to inhale, open the chest up, trying to keep our body stacked over the hips. And then our stomach stacked over the hips, our hips are forward over our knees. And maybe you just stay right here like this. If it's in your practice, you can lower the hands to the heels and open the chest a bit more. Maybe let the head fall back if it's comfortable for you. This is another gear posture that we won't hold for too long. Still just really bring that heart space, that chest to open it up. Breathing into that belly. At your own time, slow. Take your way back up. Release the toes. We're just going to release the hips down. Just pause here for a moment. If that was a lot on your back, opening up, feel free to take a child's pose and counter it. Or you can just sit and kind of let the effects work without countering it. We're going to make our way from here. Actually, before we make our way to the seat, tucking the back toes once again here. We're just going to plant the hands in front of us and then extend the legs straight, bringing the hip distance. We'll keep the knees very bent here and just release the spine into a dangling pose. So releasing the upper body completely here, we just hang. If you'd like, if this is a lot of an aversion maybe, or just a lot on your hamstrings, you can always bring your elbows to rest on your knees here, but you can see like this in life. Or you can just come all the way forward. Releasing the head, maybe shaking it a little bit. And as you breathe into the belly, feeling that belly expand. And as you exhale, feeling the belly contract, that may go forward into side, maybe fold just a little bit deeper. Wonderful. From here, we're just going to bend the knees and sit the hips all the way back down into our thunderbolt and sit down. We'll also just move our heels to the side and come to a regular seated position. We're coming right into our butterfly posture, bringing the bottoms of the feet together, knees open out wide. We'll inhale, bind our hands around the feet. So open those knees nice and wide. Inhale, sitting tall here. Maybe you already feel a pretty good sensation and are happy like this. Maybe you'd like to push the body forward and over the feet, starting to fold until you reach a nice point. So breathe. Always a good sign if you kind of notice yourself sinking into the posture a bit more, opening up just a bit more, just not pushing yourself too hard, but just as you breathe and relax, you just naturally let loose a little bit. Gently at your own time. We're just going to come back up into a seated position and extend our legs out in front of us, taking our head to toe forward fold. Be nice to sit on some cushioning if you'd like, or bend the knees if you'd like. And in yoga, we're not usually too concerned with the spine. If it's rounded a little bit, it's okay. Wanting you to be comfortable, not stiff and active too much, just some passive stretching. So coming to find your own version of the head to toe. I'm just going to hold this here for. Let's go ahead and inhale. Pick the body back up. From here, we're going to open the feet nice and wide, coming into our dragonfly pose. Trying to make sure those knees and toes are pointed upward. You can flex your point or just relax the feet, whatever you're feeling. And maybe you, again, just stay lifted, stay here. Or maybe you're trying, excuse me, to lower yourself down, Maybe resting the elbows or resting on some cushions. Usually they say when you go into the in place, it's about 50% of the way that you're going into it. Because you definitely want to be feeling something, doing something, but it really doesn't need to be anything much. Making yourself comfortable is definitely a priority. Any numbness, tingling pain, definitely a sign to come out and just to alter your position a little bit. And as we just breathe, we're really just surrendering to time. Doesn't matter. We're just here, right here. At your own time, we're just going to come to sit back up. We're going to bend in one knee towards us. Perfect. We're going to bend in one knee towards us. So let's just take the right knee, bend it in, whatever is fine. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, you can drop this left arm towards you and let the right arm come overhead. Stack the shoulders here. We're breathing deep into that side body. We're not going to hold this position for too long. So just another nice deep breath here. Inhaling, we'll come back up to seated. And we're just going to pivot our hips downward and to face the short edge of the mat towards that back knee. We're coming right into our pigeon posture. So trying to square the hips down, maybe sitting blocked under that right hip to help your hips be more square with each other. Making sure that back leg is down the center of your mat. And this right foot comes as close to you or as far from you as you'd like. Making the posture more intense by bringing the shin more parallel with the front of the mat. You can inhale, just lift the chest high, stay here if you like. Or if you'd like to take a sleeping swan, allowing the chest to fall down with the ground, you're more than welcome. Let's go ahead and slowly take our way back up. If you are resting, we're going to just bring this right foot. If it's far away from you, we want to bring it close to you. And then we're going to swing this back leg all the way around, placing it over his right knee. You might just keep it high, or you can start to try to cross it more and more, kind of bring that knee to stack on top of the left knee. Coming into our shoelace pose. The feet are kind of wide, our legs are really crossed. And you can just stay lifted again, or maybe a nice little fold will help you to feel more sensation. Trying to keep both sit bones planted. Just finding your breath. From here, we're going to inhale, lift it back up. We're just going to come to plant this right foot on the ground, lifting the knee. We're going to take a twist here. Inhaling, lifting it up high. We'll take our right elbow outside of this left knee, trying to really pull our chest open towards the left. You could also honestly twist the other way, which is more accessible and comfortable. Just finding a twist, whatever it may be, using this backhand to maybe push your posture and spine to be more straight, lifted. And breathing deep into that belly on the exhale as you feel the navel drawing, maybe twist a little bit deeper. We're going to release this twist now. And then we're going to swing this left knee around, but keep the knee right by our side, right in line with our hip here. And then you can kind of just bring this front knee more in line with the front of the mat. It's a deer pose here. If you want another twist, you can bring this left hand outside the right knee and kind of look over the right shoulder. Perfect. A lovely in pose, but due to time, we're not going to hold it for too long. We're just going to release the butt. So once again, both sit bones are planted and we're facing alongside the mat. And we'll add some window shield wipers going side to side with the knees. And eventually extending the legs straight back into our dragonfly pose. We're going to take this to the other side, bending the left knee in towards the groin. We'll inhale, reach the arms nice and high. And on the exhale, let the left fingertips reach for the right toes. Breathing into that side body, gazing up. Trying to stack the shoulders here. We'll inhale, come back up to seated. And then we're just going to pivot into our pigeon pose, our swan pose, as they call it in the where we turn the hips down, turn to face this bent left knee, making sure that our back leg is in line. We'll inhale, sit nice and tall. Maybe just pausing and staying here, or maybe exhaling, releasing the chest forward. And again, adjusting this front foot according to whatever intensity you're looking for. You're finding. And just another guy. We're going to inhale, take our body back up. Once again, bringing this right foot really close to your right, this left foot really close to your right hip. We're going to swing this back leg all the way around and see if we can find our way into a nice, comfortable shoegaze pose. I'm just going to turn to face you so you can kind of see it, a different perspective. Kind of plant both sit bones. We'll inhale, sit nice, tall. Or maybe exhale, you like to fall forward a little bit. Ideally, the knees are kind of stacked, but if they're not even close, it's okay too. Accepting yourself for where you're at. You're already on the way to opening your hips and being able to go even deeper. Just taking another deep breath in this pose. The time. And then from here, we're just going to swing the back, this top leg around so that the knee comes in line with the hip. And we kind of push the shin forward to be more parallel. We're in our deer pose. Once again, you can take a twist if you like, bringing the right hand outside this left knee, gazing up a little bit. I actually did forget to take the twister on the other side, so we're just going to do that real quick before we come back. So just bending this left knee, we'll swing this right leg around real quick, keeping that foot planted, the knee high. We'll inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, left elbow comes outside the right knee, maybe gazing over that right shoulder. Pause it here. Beautiful. Just gently releasing the twist, coming forward again. You can come back to your deer pose if you like. And then we're just going to release the sit bones to the ground. Help to take our windshield wipers one last time. Before coming to a nice, easy seated position at the center of the mat. Just sitting nice and tall, however you like. Taking a nice deep inhale to the belly. Slow exhale out. One more breath here together. Maybe this time reaching your arms overhead, bringing your hands in prayer. And exhaling your hands to heart center, just bowing to yourself, your light, practice your work. Letting everything you've done settle in today. It's such an honor flowing with you, and I hope you enjoyed yin yoga. Maybe try it again sometime. And I hope to flow with you again soon. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining.
Namaste.